Hey y'all. So a couple of weeks ago, I actually came out here and hand-pollinated the pomegranate flowers. Excuse the mess. As you can see, back here is really grassy. So I'm just dealing with a bunch of uncontrollable weeds. They're more tolerable to deal with in the summertime, and I don't really have the time to really come out here and whack all these down by myself. But I wanted to show the pomegranate leaves and then talk about at least probably some of the issues I'm having with the weed. So here, this one in the middle was a flower I pollinated about 2 weeks ago. Just came out here when I was harvesting the lemons over there. Just came here and said, wait, I have some flowers, so decided to come and take my hand, my fingers, and I probably have some pollen on it right now. But yeah, I just took some from one flower and put it on another one. And so I'm just taking whichever ones have pollen in it and just putting it into another flower. I have a paintbrush. I have plenty of paintbrushes, but I'm out here already now, and I kind of don't want to go inside and get it, so just using my hand, and then of course I'm just gonna wash my hands later to do it. But so I'm just gonna come over here and the ones that are ready. I think this. I don't know if this is ready yet. Yeah, I believe that's indeterminate or female flower. So I'm just going to see. Is this the one? I can't tell if this is the one. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But one of these, I'm gonna have to come back out here. I think this is also a female flower or indeterminate. Sorry, I need to zoom out. Let's see if I got stuff in there. I have a lot of female flowers actually. Oh, okay, that's good. So I'm gonna put some of that pollen in here. I guess they say that because it probably sticks to my hand while the pollen. Alright, let's see. Oh. Check out this one. Has a little bit, but this one has more pollen in it, so I'm just gonna go like that. I may not get as much succession, based off of just getting a paintbrush and doing this, but you just do what you gotta do. I'm checking to see. This may be the more mature one actually, so I think that may be a male flower, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I went through the blooming flowers already. I'll probably come back here again within a week and do the same process. Because last year in November I was able to get one pomegranate. And that's because I learned, I guess I gotta come out here and do it myself, because for some reason, I don't know. I don't see a lot of pollinators coming back here and doing it, so it is what it is. But hopefully from just doing that, I'll be able to get some succession. But I want to look at this again. So this one, it looks like it already has been successfully pollinated. I think this is, yeah, so the fruit is going to develop. Let's say I did this in, early April, so do the math, come back here maybe 5-6 months. Should come back here in about October and September, October, and I'll be able to get the full fruit. So this time I didn't do any pruning to this, so I'm just gonna see what I can get from this. Yeah, I realized I put this pomegranate, and probably not in the best place possible. Actually, I can probably see if this house was to sell, someone would cut down this tree. That's because I had a weird format. I thought this was just gonna be a tiny bush. I was 14. I wasn't expecting this to grow like this. Look at it. It's like at least 7-8 feet tall. That's tall. And it's just, I didn't do anything to it, really. Once the weeds took over, and they put this shed back here, I just stopped coming here. Stopped coming back here as much. So this thing, it grows, pomegranates grow really well in California, at least Southern California. So there's even a neighbor, I think a few houses down, who has a pomegranate tree. But I'm really, really hoping that, I get a lot of succession this year. I'm hoping so. I'm gonna manifest it. I will get a bunch of pomegranates this year. Cause I got one, I didn't really know what to do with that one. It had, I think a pest got to it, so I wasn't able to eat it really well. But yeah, I want to talk about something else. Here is ivy. I believe it's ivy. Ivies can be very invasive, and so though they're grown as a very good coverage, as a wall, generally speaking, I think these may be English ivy. They grow very, very long, and they're actually, they're very invasive, as you can see. This tree probably takes the span of 6, 7. I would say maybe it's looking like 4. No, not 4. Probably like 7.5, 8 feet in diameter. The pomegranate tree, and it's been here for 7 years. So this tree is probably at least 9 years old at this point. So, that being said, we can say it's an adult tree. It's already bearing a lot of flowers, which means it's gonna bear a lot of fruit. And before I even did anything, actually, back here in 2014, this was here, and so I'm assuming there's not a lot of watering done to this. Thus, but it still does really well in I guess in this area. It's kind of look like potato shoots, but obviously it's not. These are the ivies, and they made its way all the way over here. And so what I'm gonna have to do is cut it, because I have to cut it because I don't want it to kill off this tree, which is at this point developed. I have to push it back in hopes of it just kind of leaving this space. I don't have my materials right now, or tools, but it's getting way too comfortable. I'm going to say that this bush has killed my nectarine tree, which was over there. So it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. The other thing is these trees are kind of planted a little bit too close together. Once again, I didn't know it was going to get this big. I didn't prune it, and also these trees have not been pruned. I pruned them a little bit, back in 2014, but that was it. I don't think there was any other pruning done. So, yeah, pomegranate is doing okay, but it's still unfortunate what happened to the nectarine tree. But I do have a container grown peach tree, so I don't have to worry about these excessive pests, invasive leaves, trees, bushes, the ivies. You can see over here and over here. Maybe it's this item just blocking the way, but all the way down here too. So this would be a very long project to try and make things work. But this is an orange tree I planted around the same time, except it's a dwarf orange tree. I didn't really water any of these actually. I haven't gotten any fruit that I know of from here, but it's looking like there are some successful fruit here. Doesn't require really much maintenance for the citrus trees, so they kind of just pollinate on their own, or at least with a few help of pollinators. But really, they're not something you gotta go out and worry about in terms of whether you're gonna get fruit or not when you see flowers on it. Unlike the pomegranate tree, which there has different types of males and females and stuff. So I can leave this alone. I just have to water it. Have to maybe prune it back a little bit. Maybe after the fruit bearer season, I'll come back and do this. So maybe in a couple months. But also, I think maybe it's been getting this mulching and pollination. Oh boy, from just from the fallen leaves from this tree. Okay, here's another problem that I'm having. Well, first off, yeah, this really needs to be pruned here. Look at this. This kind of it's in the way, and these ivies, man, they grow. They really grow. So you see, it's approaching this tree. So, and right here too, what would need to happen is that this needs to be cut down severely, be tossed away to make sure that they don't have any new shoots coming out of these, so it doesn't come here and kill this tree. There's a lot of pests on this tree at the moment, and that's because there was no maintenance done to it since I've planted it. But at this point, yeah, it's a dwarf tree, so that's why it hasn't reached the height like its companion buddy over here. But there's a pomegranate tree in the back that I planted. Not in the best space at all. Not in the best space at all. But there's a pomegranate tree. Yeah, this went a little bit longer than I expected, but it's always fun just coming out here and just seeing what grew, what didn't grow. But there's a pomegranate tree that's doing very well despite its having some can I say it's predator species? No, I would say invasive species. All these plants growing in between it. Yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. Just checking it out.